Imagine this. You're scrolling through TikTok, laughing at a funny dance challenge 1 second, then suddenly you're convinced you have a rare disorder you've never heard of before. Your heart races, your mind spirals, and before you know it, you're deep in a rabbit hole of videos that make you question your own sanity. Is TikTok just harmless fun, or is it quietly engineering a mass psychosis that's reshaping how we think, feel, and even perceive reality? What if I told you that this app, with its endless stream of short, addictive clips, is fueling a psychological epidemic that's already affecting millions? Stick with me, because we're about to uncover the dark side of those dopamine hits and explore if we can break free before it's too late. This is TikTok is causing mass psychosis. Let's dive right into the heart of the problem. TikTok is untested app, a mind-altering machine designed to hijack your brain. Picture a world where a single video can spark widespread delusions, where teens start mimicking symptoms they've seen online, and adults find themselves trapped in echo chambers of misinformation. This isn't exaggeration, it's happening right now. The core issue lies in TikTok's algorithm, a sophisticated beast that learns your preferences faster than you can swipe. It feeds you content that keeps you hooked, often amplifying extreme or sensational ideas because they drive engagement. But here's the twist. This constant barrage isn't just entertaining, it's rewiring our collective psyche. Think about how it starts innocently. You watch a video about someone sharing their tic from Tourette's, and suddenly, clusters of young people report similar symptoms. Experts have documented this as mass psychogenic illness, where social media acts like a contagion, spreading behaviors that mimic real disorders. In one chilling example, doctors noted a surge in functional tic-like behaviors among adolescents, directly linked to viral TikTok videos portraying these symptoms. It's not that these kids are faking it for attention. Their brains are absorbing and replicating what they see, blurring the line between observation and reality. And it's not isolated. Studies revealed that addictive TikTok use correlates with higher levels of depression, anxiety, stress, and loneliness. One survey found that adolescents glued to the app for hours displayed the worst mental health outcomes, with compulsive scrolling leading to sleep disturbances and heightened emotional volatility. But why does this happen? At its root, TikTok exploits our brain's reward system. Each swipe delivers a microburst of novelty, validation, or shock, training us like lab rats in a never-ending experiment. The problem intensifies when the content veers into mental health territory. Over half of the top 100 mental health-related videos on TikTok contain misinformation, according to recent analyses promoting dubious quick fixes, unproven supplements, or outright harmful advice. Imagine a teen struggling with normal adolescent angst, stumbling upon videos that pathologize everyday feelings as severe disorders. Suddenly, they're self-diagnosing with ADHD, autism, or even dissociative identity disorder based on a 15-second clip. This isn't empowerment. It's a recipe for confusion and escalation. While some argue that TikTok provides a sense of community for those feeling isolated, the data paints a more nuanced picture. Yes, it connects people, but often in ways that reinforce negative spirals rather than offering genuine support. Now, let's unpack the current state of this crisis. It's more widespread and insidious than you might think. Billions of users worldwide log in daily, but the toll on younger generations is particularly alarming. Research from institutions like the University of Minnesota shows that TikTok's For You page can push users down rabbit holes of depressive or self-harm content within minutes. In experiments, simulated teen accounts were fed harmful videos promoting eating disorders or suicide ideation astonishingly quickly. This isn't accidental. The algorithm prioritizes what keeps eyes on screens, even if it means amplifying distress. One study highlighted how telepresents the feeling of being immersed in the content, and platforms like TikTok and Instagram leads to addiction, mind-wandering, fear of missing out, and spikes in anxiety and depression. The buzz on social platforms like X echoes these concerns. Users debate how TikTok's frequency modulation, those rapid cuts and sounds, phases people into altered states, making them more susceptible to suggestion. One post likened it to a pressure differential in reality, where neural coherence detaches users from grounded thinking. Another pointed out that photons in videos experience no time, tying into how our cells processed light, essentially imprinting cosmic scale distortions into daily habits. These aren't just wild theories. They're backed by discoveries like time cells in the brain, which track subjective time and can be warped by constant digital stimulation. In real terms, this means our perception of self and society is malleable, and TikTok is the sculptor. Critics might say, it's just entertainment. People have always been influenced by media. Fair point. But the scale and speed here are unprecedented. Traditional TV or books allow reflection. TikTok's format discourages it, fostering impulsive reactions. A Guardian investigation revealed promotion of questionable healing methods in mental health videos, while Harvard Health warns of social media triggering illnesses like tics. Even positive narratives, like Ventalk, where users share mental health stories, can trivialize or stigmatize real struggles. The current landscape is a mix of helpful awareness and dangerous distortion, with the latter gaining traction because sensationalism sells views. Peeling back further, quantum-like effects in psychology come into play, though not literally. Recent papers suggest that immersive apps mimic time dilation on a mental level, where hours feel like minutes, eroding analytical skills. Equations modeling addiction show exponential growth in usage leading to zero-point energy drains. Metaphorically speaking, where users hit emotional rock bottom. GPS-like adjustments in daily life prove this. Just as satellites account for relativity, we must recalibrate our minds against digital warp. Advances in metamaterials for wave manipulation hint at future tech simulating these effects. But for now, TikTok's time reflection hides the true cost-temporal cloaking of our well-being. Shifting gears to the future implications, the stakes couldn't be higher. If we don't address this now, TikTok's influence could fracture society in profound ways. Imagine space travel analogies. Just as high-speed journeys dilate time for astronauts, prolonged app use could dilate mental health, making recovery feel eternal while problems accelerate. Medicine might evolve to include digital detox protocols, preserving cognitive organs from algorithmic erosion. Recent fusion and research on zero-point energy suggests tech that creates mental bubbles, isolating harmful content, but unchecked, it could exacerbate inequalities. Those with premium access to balanced feeds thrive, while others spiral. This evokes urgency. What if mass psychosis leads to real-world divisions? Optimistically, it could drive innovations in analyzing vast datasets to detect early signs of collective delusion, curing societal diseases like misinformation epidemics. Futuristic labs might crunch numbers in simulated environments, bursting sparks of insight to combat climate-like mental shifts. In energy terms, reversing digital entropy could unlock unlimited focus, drawing from the vacuum of untapped human potential. Though skeptics warn of overreach, closed loops in reasoning creating paradoxy string theory-inspired models suggest interconnected solutions, weaving tech and humanity without unraveling reality. But on the darker side, inequalities loom. Access to unfiltered minds becomes a luxury, widening gaps between the digitally resilient and the vulnerable. Global crises might intensify if algorithm-fueled echo chambers derail collective action on issues like climate or health. Yet, logically, adaptive frameworks could emerge, like AI guardians that nudge users toward balance, proving we can harness the same tech for good. For the speculative scenario that will grip you, fast forward to 2040. You've grown up in a world where TikTok evolved into neural-linked feeds, beaming content directly into thoughts. Society hums with augmented realities, but cracks show. A young woman, let's call her Arya, starts her day with a routine scroll. One video plants a seed. Unlock your hidden self. Soon, she's convinced she's part of a collective consciousness, mimicking symptoms from viral psyche-hacks. Double quotes her friends join, forming bubbles where delusions spread like wildfire, undoing personal histories, rewriting relationships, conflicts erupt. A rogue collective hacks public perceptions, reversing societal norms overnight. Governments grapple. Is this evolution or apocalypse? In this world, vacations become mental resets, weeks of internal exploration in seconds externally, via dilated cognition pods. People dream through augmented adventures, emerging transformed, but at what cost? Arya uncovers the illusion. Perhaps we're already in such a loop, our lives scripted by unseen algorithms. Rogue groups create negative feedback zones, reverting minds to pre-digital purity, sparking revolutions. You, watching from afar, might opt for a slow mind enclave, savoring unfiltered moments. This bold vision isn't far-fetched. It's extrapolated from today's trends, where black hole-like content pulls us in, warping our event horizons of sanity. It sparks awe. Could mastering this lead to godlike empathy, or Pandora's unraveling? Zooming out, the real enigma is on just TikTok's role in mass psychosis, our craving for connection in a disconnected age. Every viral trend, from tics to self-diagnoses, pushes us toward understanding technology's double edge. Breakthroughs in quantum-inspired psych research bring hope, uniting us in wonder. This isn't for experts alone. It's our shared human story. Comment below. What would you do if TikTok vanished tomorrow? Reclaim your mind, or miss the rush? Would you fight the algorithm, or ride the wave? If this shook your scroll habits, smash that like and share with someone trapped in the feed. Subscribe and hit the bell for more eye-opening explorations into tech's hidden tolls. We're in this together. Let's stay vigilant and question the code. Until next time, keep your mind sharp, and remember, not everything that trends is true.